So, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
This is the only podcast shot from
Right
the
here.
bedroom. Nobody else is doing this.
Facts.
And they are. I haven't seen you yet.
Me either.
But welcome to Pillow Talking. We've been trying to do a podcast for a while now. Because, some of our topics can be kind of, I don't want to say long. There's just a lot to talk about, and we don't want to do it in a normal format because, it wouldn't make sense. So
Right, to do that long. Yeah.
Right. So with a podcast, it just gives them more, like, I guess, another resource to deliver information without having to, sacrifice some good points, good talking points. And we think the best time to talk is, laying in bed. And we was like, hey, let's just record our conversation.
Yeah, because we have really good talks in bed.
Really good talks in bed.
Before we go to sleep, yeah.
So, how we'll start most of the podcast, I don't know what we're going to call it yet, but pretty much we're going to discuss some crazy stuff that we see on social media. Normally that deals with relationships or, things of that nature. So, like this week, I guess we are kind of going to talk about, it was the post that's been going around with this whole city girl having sugar daddy thing. Like, I hate this move. Like, nothing grinds to my gears more than women who be like showing off like, ooh, look, this dude just sent me $75 for my nails and I ain't even give him nothing. Like, to me, I get it. Like, if you that type of person
Right.
where you're okay with taking stuff from people by using your looks, I'm not judging you. I just think it's so lame because it's like, I don't know, man. It just don't sit right with me. I feel like...
But, like, why do you don't think it's lame? I mean, why do you think it's lame?
Because, like,
On a woman's behalf or guys?
Both ways. I feel like if you're getting finessed or tricked by a girl, you just as worse as the girl tricking you. Like...
But what if they know and they just don't care? Like, usually it's, honestly, let's be real, older white men.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with sugar daddy.
And they just want somebody to talk to them, though.
But what... My thing is, I don't like how it's become like this glorified culture of, like, it's girls on there that's commenting like, oh, I got a sugar daddy who paid my rent. Like, that's something to be...
Well, honestly, it's a lot of topics that are becoming glorified in this time and age.
The city girl move. That's what I'm saying. Everybody think it's okay to be a city girl.
It's more of like it's okay not to have...
I feel like
I don't want to say respect for yourself, but like, they settling for that and they think it's okay to settle now.
We're like adjusting the moral compass. Like everybody is kind of moving the moral compass. And,
yeah.
For me, I just think it's really, 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 it's a bad look. I'm sorry. Like, to me, I think it's I would never date a girl who posts stuff like that. I would never marry a girl like that because I feel like her morals are off. Like, that's a fundamental thing. Like, if you're okay with taking from somebody, because it's a form of prostitution to me. It's not
prostituting your time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that exactly like you're having sex for something.
Yeah,
but it is like you're using sex or sex appeal, I should say, to get something you want, which, is whack.
I mean, I agree to an extent. Like, I just don't think that, I always clown with you all the time and be like, dang, when I was in college, I should have, like, got a sugar daddy.
Yeah, I get that.
And, okay, I probably would have done that, except I had morals. Like, if I didn't have morals, I would have totally did it. But, and not, like, giving them sugar, but just getting the cash and stuff like that.
I'm just saying, if you're going to be a sugar daddy.
But I would never post it, is what I'm saying. I would never go, because I would be kind of low-key embarrassed or, like, kind of, like, hesitant to tell people that. But I would do it just out of money. Like, that's like a job.
That's the thing. I don't have a problem with people. I don't want to make it seem like I'm coming off as, oh, I'm better than you or I'm judging you. I just think it's whack that you put it like...
You put it out there.
Yeah, and I know people will say, well, are you mad that it's out there or are you mad that they're doing it? I'm mad that we're glorifying it as if everybody should be doing it,
Yeah.
and if you're not doing it, you're lame.
It's almost like a scam. You're a scammer.
That's
though.
what I'm saying.
Low
This
key.
whole city girl movement, as you know, the city girls, one of them is in jail for being a scammer right now. Like this whole scamming dudes out of money, and
Yeah, that's
like it was another post like that women use dudes for free food, like to go on dates.
Now, come on now. That's really like making us seem like trash. Like we ain't got no kind of care for us at all. We care about his food and get free stuff. Like women.
That's
don't
what it
really-
seemed like though.
Yeah.
Like that's
I
what
can,
it seemed
I agree. It kind of degrades women. Like,
that's what I'm saying, but it's like we're
But
okay
people
with
are
that
okay,
right now.
but-
Like this, the culture we're okay with this whole like
lowering standards, and that's
moral
just what it
standards,
is.
whatever morals, like
Yeah.
like it's okay. And if that's what you want to do, then fine. But
Right.
don't try to make it something that it's not.
Like,
It's not.
yeah.
You're literally, if prostitution is 10, you're a 3 on the scale. So you're walking up that scale of prostitution, like.
But
'Cause
I
it-
do understand how people could go from being having a sugar daddy to like prostitution.
Yeah,
or
because
to,
it always starts
Yeah.
off as small, then
Right.
you gonna want
And
more
everything,
money,
period,
and they gonna want
exactly.
more from you, and eventually
gonna-
you gonna be
be like, how did I get here? You know.
Right.
But I get what you're saying, and it could lead to worse things. I get that.
right.
If you don't have, if you don't have some self,
So as a girl, I guess. Well, I don't want to say girl because people get offended.
Right.
As a woman, how do you really? So do you think something is wrong with using like
men.
using men?
I mean, me at this stage, I don't. I think that's not cool because I don't want no man to I wouldn't want a man to use me, But from being like younger days in college, I probably wouldn't care. And I think that's probably just the mindset that some females have. They don't care. It's more like
Right.
I gotta get what I gotta get for me. Like
And
this easy.
And I guess okay. I guess as a college girl, I understand. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be that guy. Like
Yeah.
I've
It's
been in
hard.
college. College is hard. You be struggling for money. You be trying to do any little hustle. I remember one time I was doing homework for people. That's not that's against the rules.
Write papers.
I mean, like I can't sit here and be like I'm doing something that can get me kicked out of the university.
Yeah.
So how can I sit here and judge? But at the same time, I'm not on Facebook
Posting that. I do that.
Yeah,
Like, this
out
my
here-
side hustle.
Yeah,
Y'all hit me up.
no,
Yeah.
like and it's like they're glorifying a culture that we shouldn't be glorifying. We should be glorifying women being independent,
Right.
making their own money, securing their own bag, fighting for the wage gap. Like when I see stuff like that, I'm like,
then I have a question. I have something to say about that. Like, okay, so you said we should be doing that, which I agree. But then you know how sometimes people are like get angry because women do that. And so it's like also kind of like you can't. Some
right.
people you
No,
just
I'm
can't.
not gonna lie. Women, especially black women, are in a tough spot. Like it's hard for them to win. Because if you post you winning, people go hate on you. If you post,
Or be like, you don't need no, like when you be like, I don't need no man, then they get mad. Guys get mad.
well, okay,
you
that's
know?
no, wait, that's different because I don't like posts like that either because like
Well, I mean, if you,
you don't need okay, we get that you're independent,
Yeah.
but 9 times out of 10, most girls who be like, I don't need no man, be the first ones that go get the worst man.
I agree with that.
And you know why? Because they do need a man. But
Yeah.
what's happened is you created this persona and this vibe that you push off all the good men.
Or above, yeah.
Like nobody want. I don't. If I was a single guy and I see a woman doing well, but all her posts are like how she don't need a man and she can do this by
You're
herself.
not even gonna be
I'm not
bothered with
even
her.
gonna try to talk to her.
Right.
Like, and that's why a lot of women be like they intimidated. No, we are
put
turned
out-
off.
yeah, right.
Like, we believe me. If a man can find a woman who has her own,
They'll be happy. To.
what man go be like? Oh, I'm not. she got
Dudes
her
like
own.
independent women. Like,
We
yeah.
love independence.
Yeah.
We made a
INDEP.
we have a whole song about women being independent.
Yeah.
Like we love independence. We love women who, because that's less that we have to do, which is a segue into the other post I saw. Should men and women split bills 50-50?
I mean, if there is a time in your life that you have to do that, yes, it depends. To me, I don't mind. Like, I mean,
Okay, so this is my
You
thing.
don't think so?
This is my thing on the 50-50. I think 50-50 is the most, what's the way to put it? It's the most diplomatic way to handle something. Because usually in a 50-50 agreement, both parties are losing something and gaining something at an equal rate. So it's easy to be like, hey, if we're going out to dinner, hey, let's just split it 50-50. It's easy to say, it's just an easy way to say it. To me, 50-50, it's not, it works only if,
you making the same pay or something.
right, 50-50 doesn't work if it's stressing one party out more than the other party. For example, if I make $2,000 a month, you make $1,000 a month, our bills are $500, like split. That's 50% of your money versus 25% of mine. So eventually, over time, if we split it 50-50,
That's not really
I'm gonna
50-50.
be stacking up, and then you're gonna be struggling.
Yeah.
Which will create this,
It's not gonna be harmony. Yeah.
Right. So I feel like the best way to do bills, and this is just me, I feel like it should be a percent thing. Like, it should be basically,
Based off your income.
yeah, based off of what you're bringing in.
Yeah.
So I feel like it should put both parties in the same position afterwards. Like, where, for example, if I'm left with 40, after I pay my bills, I'm left with 30% spending money. You should be left with 30% spending money. Or whatever it is, I'm just throwing out numbers here. Like, it should be based off your income. Like, so,
I agree.
So if I'm making most of the money, then I should pay a larger majority of the bills. Just because I'm the man, and I should have to pay all the bills, especially nowadays when women have jobs where they do make a lot of money.
Exactly.
Why would you stress out the person you love? Or vice versa. Why would I let my wife pay a majority of the bills? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why would I do that to her? Like, eventually she gonna get tired of that. Like, anybody would. So, I mean, I saw that post. I mean, I guess, how do you feel about that post? Like,
well, that's what I mean whenever I say, like, I agree with the 50-50 thing, but I mean, as far as our percentages match. Like, but we taking out the same amount. Like, we literally, you use 20% of your check. Let's say I use 20% of my check.
right.
And if you make more, that's just, what it is,
Right.
If I make more, that's just what it is.
So basically, like, so if we come to an agreement that, let's just say, like, if we're saving money, if we say 20% of our money going to savings,
Yeah.
then it's not going to be the same for both of us. So
exactly.
why would paying the bills be, our tithe not going to be the same, 10% not going to be the same? So I feel like the best
our
way,
student loans ain't the same.
I think the best way to do that is to base it off income.
Yeah.
Because, that way, you can always adjust it. Like, if you get a raise or you get fired or, whatever, it's easy to adjust. And, it's easy to adjust than just paying 50-50.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all I've been saying.
But honestly, now, this really bothers me. Whenever the women be like, oh, my man need to pay all my bills. Like, they try to, like, people think that, if one guy is doing this, then they think that all men should do something.
Yeah.
And that's just not fair to men, because, like, y'all are people too. Y'all are humans. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all get weak sometimes. Y'all get happy. Y'all get frustrated sometimes. But some women don't believe in that. Like, it's like, nah, this is what men's supposed to do, and it's a set thing. Like, period. Like, y'all some robots or something. Like,
right.
And I don't think that's cool. But however, there are men who think that about women too. But I think that's just them stuck in their ways. But I don't like when they be under that post saying that, oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't like, but that's the same type of women that glorify, like, the whole sugar daddy culture too.
Yeah.
Usually, like,
I guess it's like a man just supposed to provide for me, period.
Right. And a man is supposed to be a provider,
Yeah.
but at the same time, he's not supposed to be your father.
Right.
Like, I feel like a lot of these people have father issues.
Of course.
And they carry that over into a relationship.
Definitely. Yes.
Because, like, some of the stuff they be looking for is stuff your father was supposed to give you.
A dad is the first person to break a girl's heart.
Right.
Like, period.
Right.
For real. Like, and so a lot of women, when you see them, like, mistreated or whatever, and in these constant relationships, it's clearly because these constant bad relationships is clearly because of that. Well, it's a root issue.
Yeah. I feel like it's definitely a root issue, especially nowadays when You get to see how, like, social media gives us this, like, access to people's, like, thoughts.
Right.
And you really get to see how people feel, like, consistently. Like, back in the day, we didn't really have that access to people. Mm-hmm. So people could hide a lot of stuff. But nowadays, everything is so open.
For real.
You can really see these, like, patterns that they teach you about, that you learn about, like, in basic psychology classes.
Yeah.
That you can see people showing behaviors that, they're going through some. They're depressed. They have anxiety. They don't even know it. Yeah. Or, like, stuff like that. And you see a lot of these girls who show, like, the basics to father issues. Like, the most cut and dry.
Right. I used to show them. Sometimes I still show those things.
Right.
It's like, you really have to, like, I don't know, grow out of that. Like, or, sometimes you really do need counseling for that, because daddy issues is so serious. People take that like as that's fake, you playing around, but like, nah, that's serious. Like,
serious too.
Oh my God, it affects every single thing, like everything in a
right.
Yeah, it's serious, like, bro. Even in guys though too. Has an important role,
right,
like, especially to emotionally. Yes, people. Yeah, and I wish guys would understand that. If they would understand how important they are to family.
That's why I don't understand how guys
could leave.
Like, even before I had a kid, I knew I would never be that type of guy to walk away.
Yeah.
Just because of what I went through, and also I know the long term effect of an absent father.
Right. It's like a ripple effect. Like, every time, like, it always affects someone else. Like,
right.
Like, for instance, it could affect our kid, and then because it affected our kid, they'll affect their kid. Like,
it'll affect the kid, the people they grow up with, socialize with,
their girlfriend, their boyfriends, whatever.
Yeah, like, so I guess the point we're making is, kind of to wrap this part up, is that, for one, if you go do something that's like a little shady, let's stop glorifying stuff that we like. I get that we live in this day and age where right is wrong and wrong is right.
Exactly.
But some stuff we cannot. Yeah. So anyway, the camera died, so I forgot where I was. But anyway, I was saying, I know I was talking about we have to stop glorifying stuff that is wrong, even though people in this time are acting like you can just do whatever you want.
Really, like, there are no rules, no nothing. Like,
I see people, promote stuff that 5 years ago we would never say is okay, but nowadays, whatever.
Everything is okay.
It's fine. Like,
oh my God,
I seen a girl saying that it's okay to scam people. She was really on there talking about bank scam us every day, and I was like, you're right. Like, the banks do scam us, but two things can be right. The bank scamming us is wrong. Also, you scamming people is wrong. Like, just because one person does something wrong,
don't make it right.
Don't make it right.
Two wrongs. Yeah, like,
we have to stop this behavior.
It really was a ripple effect. Honestly, they okayed a bunch of stuff, like, or one thing, for instance, and then everybody else just took that and was like, oh, we could do anything now. Like, everything is okay. It's America. We do what we want. Like, and then people are really fighting for these crazy things, like scamming people, or like just doing crazy stuff, like, and it's just like, whoa, where have we gone? You know what I'm saying? Like,
at some point,
it's like,
we gotta draw a line. Like,
yeah,
bro, because scamming people is wrong. Just like I forgot the rapper. Like, some rapper just got sentenced to like 55 years.
Wow.
But he killed somebody. He robbed him and killed him. But he didn't actually kill that person. He just, like, beat him up. They robbed him, whatever. But he was involved in a robbery that killed a father. You got all these people on there, like, free him.
I cannot.
What?
Yo, I cannot.
Free him?
Free him? That burns me up.
Are you guys really saying free somebody
who did something wrong?
Somebody. I don't care how good he raps. He is responsible for killing somebody's dad in a robbery.
He planned something.
Armed robbery. Oh, look, our baby's up.
Yeah, he is.
Well, I guess we'll end this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is our first episode.
It is.
But we'll just want to kind of get it started, show you how it go. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. This is what we do.
So we do. We just talk before bed. Tonight, my baby happened to be up early. Yeah. I don't know why.
Right.
But usually he's not up till like 1 o'clock in the morning. But he want to wake up early because we're shooting a podcast.
Of course. Kids know.
But yeah, this is our first episode. So look, we're gonna take questions, like topics to do for the next episode.
For real, please y'all comment.
We're gonna figure out names for everything. We just had to get the first one out the way. Like once we get the first one out the way, get it posted, get it edited, see how we're gonna do it. We'll have a date. We'll come back and do it each week, one time a week. It'll be, of course, the video will be on YouTube, but we'll have it streaming on Spotify, Apple, everything, Google Play, and we'll just let it go where it goes, man. Like,
let it take off.
Let it take off, man. We got some good stuff
put it in
say.
there, yeah.
So that's it for Pillow Talking this week. It's your boy JT
and your girl NeNe.
We're out. I don't know what our catchphrase is gonna be.
I know we don't.
Probably good night.
Good night.
We're going to sleep. Good night, man.
Good night, guys.